Hey everybody, welcome back to Daytime. Joshua Martyr is back. He's the author of Genesis of the Hunter series. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Man, it was a pleasure to meet you last year. Actually, it was
Technically
last year, 2010.
Yeah.
We talked about your phenomenal books. For people at home who are unaware of sort of the series or sort of what takes place, tell us a little bit about Genesis of the Hunter.
Okay. In brief, it's essentially the origin of the vampiric legend. It starts in 1483, where you're introduced to a character who is a sentry, a guard for a town, and he becomes changed. And it's a whole, the novel essentially, both novels, book 1 and 2, document his life from 1483 to the modern era. So he moves from England, and as he tries to find himself and what he is in the world and find his place, he moves from England, has a voyage through even Africa, and then eventually finds himself in Manhattan, New York, in the modern day.
I mean, the story of the vampire, they rarely die. So it is a long story. But I think what's interesting is you are a teacher as well.
Yes.
And you did a project that involved some young students to sort of get them involved, A, to get them back into literacy, and B, to sort of let them expand their own thoughts. What was that sort of an early initiative to sort of reconnect with the schools?
Well, literacy is important.
Yep.
Okay, and we always have a big push for literacy in the educational system. Now, what I wanted to do, my vision was to somehow bridge literacy and art.
Yep.
Both sides are very much appeal to me, and I have affinity for both. My artistic, creative side, which is often expressed through my writing, and I find writing to be important as well. So why not take the writing and have students examine it and what they are passionate about and what they enjoy? They can say, okay, you know what? How can I interpret this? And the product of it, of their imaginings and their conjurings, is often quite beautiful.
Word of the day, an affinity for it. We're going to bring in some students. First is Tina, and Tina was a young art student. So Tina, come on in. How are you, madame?
I'm good.
Okay, so this is your piece right here.
Yeah.
So what happened was you guys were basically given paragraphs or sort of excerpts from the book.
Excerpts from the novel, yeah.
Tell me what your sort of painting is about.
Well, my painting is, it basically portrays a boy and a huntsman walking through a forest, and this forest is in a town, Berwick, in northern England. And this boy is walking, and he hears something in this very large oak tree, and there's actually a guard or a sentry in the loft in the tree, and nobody's supposed to know that he's there.
Yeah.
So he notices, but he doesn't want to say anything. So basically, I wanted to show like the fear of the unknown. Or something.
The fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
Well, I think you did a good job.
Thank you.
All right, madame, thank you very much. We are now going to bring in, you can slide out, I'm going to slide in Anna, who is another student. Anna, come on down.
Hi.
So this is a very, is it a death scene?
No.
Is it a rebirth?
Yeah.
Is it?
Rebirth. Well done.
Hey,
there it is.
I knew it was one of the two.
Pretty much what's happening is he was in like a coma-like state, and pretty much the scene is when he comes out of the grave before he was buried, and before that he was attacked by 2 vampires, but he didn't know what they were exactly. So I tried to portray it in more of like, not really a scary kind of way, but I wanted to be colorful in kind of a different way.
Yeah.
But,
Is it interesting to see the students' interpretations of your words?
Absolutely wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful to see what they've envisioned and see what they've created, and the different turns it takes in their perception of the written word is really wonderful to see.
Thank you, madame. We are now going to slide in
Take
Victoria.
care.
Victoria, come on down.
Hey, Victoria.
Okay, Victoria, so what do we have here?
The part of the book is when the character's in Africa, and it's just like describing the scenery of it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, nature, it kind of appealed to me, so I just do this, like the scenery and the character kind of like embracing all that's kind of around him.
Okay. Well, it's a really nice piece as well. And it must be sort of rewarding as a teacher to know that A, the students are connected with literacy, but B, also getting to be self-expressive.
Of course, and this was their choice. I mean, this was not forced upon them. All of them chose to do this and chose what inspired them. So when you're able to choose something that appeals to you, you're going to get a beautiful product. And you look at the tones, you know, it's such a wonderful piece of art.
It's beautiful. Thank you, Victoria, very much. We got to plug the upcoming, it is a huge book signing for the brand new one, Genesis of the Hunter, Book 2. What's taking place?
So that's going to be tomorrow. That'll be January 8th at Chapters in Woodbridge from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. I'll be there at Chapters. It's going to be an amazing event. What a beautiful event. It's going to be in the community. They're going to be a couple hundred people there in and out during the day for sure. Milestones will be catering the event. We're giving
fantastic.
Yeah, they'll have food samples and so on. We're going to have York Region Living there.
Yeah.
We're going to have 3 different papers, and it's going to be a wonderful event.
So I have to ask you, because there's 1 and there's 2. Mm-hmm. Is there a 3rd on the way?
This is a complete series in itself.
Yeah.
However, I could write something, a kind of spin-off. It would be different from these, but definitely an association.
And I mean, for anyone at home, because I know there are tons of people who are into the genre. I love the vampire, I love the Lycan, whatever they're being called. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a great opportunity to get a fresh...
Lycan's werewolf.
Lycan is werewolf?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
It's a great opportunity. It's good, right? It's a good opportunity, though, to sort of connect with a very intensive yet fun read.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to produce something that could appeal to a younger reader as well. I mean, at least grade 9 and up, just because of the level of language, but something that sparks intrigue, something that sparks curiosity, that you read, that you pick up, and you say, what's going to happen next? Because if there isn't dynamic action, if there isn't something engaging in that sense, there's mystery, there's suspense, and there's the unknown.
For people who want to get the book or learn more about you, where do they go?
You can go to my website, which is www.joshuamartyr.com. You can search on any major distributor, Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Chapters. The books will be there.
Check you out tomorrow, right?
You will check me out tomorrow, 12 to 5 p.m. Chapters.
Woodbridge Chapters. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with a whole lot more daytime. Good stuff.